Okay. It feels like it hasn't been that long since I last saw you all, but at the same time, it feels like literally everything decided to pop off all at once. All I'm gonna say in regards to that is everybody stay safe. Oh, also Black Lives Matter. Black women's lives matter. Black queer women's lives matter. Black non-binary lives matter. And high-key, like, if we're being real, like, it's Pride Month anyway, so black gay people should be treated like a royal delicacy right now.
What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick. A sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious.
Hello wussies, and welcome back to the Queerhouse, where we try and make sense of artsy-fartsy gay movies. I've gotten to speak to a few of you since starting this series, which is awesome. You know, I feel like I'm starting my own gay Wakanda at this point. A question that seems to be on a lot of our minds, however, is where am I getting all these gay movies from? Like, what am I referencing? Apparently a lot of you guys haven't seen The Mulligans, which, shame on you. On the other hand, I'm not even mad at y'all. Like, it's totally understandable given the fact that most streaming services relegate films about us to the gay and lesbian section. Or now it's LGBTQ+, because, you know, woke. On Netflix, this section is vaguely around 84 films, and they're very much so categorized. The first section being films that you've either heard of once or twice, or you've seen the trailer for, such as Chasing Amy or Three Generations. Then you have your films that the heteros have never heard about, but through word of gay you have, like Handsome Devil, and then of course the obligatory Frenchy lesbian artsy-fartsy films like Duck Butter or Concussion. That being said, Netflix is the best of its two contemporaries, Hulu and Amazon, given that their main bag seems to be taking shows that are popular and so happen to have a gay character or a trans character, and then just calling them gay and trans. As well as shows that are explicitly gay in nature but the heteros still enjoy. And I mean, who can blame them? That Miss Fifi is so saucy. Putting my Aries nature aside for a second, I can admit that not all of these movies are bad. Some of them are even quite good. However, comparatively to other genres on these platforms, it's hard not to be able to notice that the section that's made for us tends to be a lot more sparse in diversity. Which in no way is due to there being a lack of different kinds of queer films. I mean, there's enough for us to have this show on Wussy Mag. But now we're at the part of the video where I can talk about how you can find these movies. And the way I'm gonna do that is by immediately contradicting myself and saying the best place for you to start is with your go-to streaming services like Netflix and Hulu. The selection is still very small, but it will help you begin to learn what your likes and dislikes are, queer creatives you enjoy, all which you can collect to look up later. Then take that information and plug it in, whether your search be LGBT romance or Aaliyah Shawkat movies, which will lead to more movies, which will lead to more data to collect, which will lead to you knowing even more what you're into and what you're not into, which will lead to even more movies, which will lead to 7 days later you realizing I haven't moved from this spot. But I'm sure some of you out here are like, you know what, Daniel? No. How dare you? How dare you expect me to dictate my own taste? Okay, I came here for the movies, which, okay, alright, sorry, I gave you too much self-responsibility. I'm gonna give you guys like 4-ish good movies that you can start with. If you want some male-on-male action, I'm gonna recommend Poison by Todd Haynes. It's a little bit of typical gay panic antics, but the presentation makes it interesting. Lyle is a horror movie about lesbians, which I enjoyed, and both of those films are on Tubi, I believe. Bad Education, which I saw a little bit ago back in the day, is a funny moment for trans girls, and you can find it on Amazon, YouTube, Vudu, if you're one of them people. Now, sadly, I couldn't find any films that really hit hard and were explicitly non-binary, but one of my favorite films of all time, Les Garçons Sauvages, is a horror movie that plays with the idea of gender in a way that I feel like non-binary people will get a kick out of, or really anyone who falls under the trans umbrella. I will say that that one comes with some trigger warnings, mainly in how they play with bodies and transitioning bodies that might be uncomfortable for dysphoria or could trigger dysphoric thoughts. I didn't think it was bad, but I live with this crazy concept that, hey, if it doesn't apply to me and it wouldn't affect me, then I won't speak on it as if I'm the authority. So go be merry, be gay, watch your movies. Most of them, like I said, you can find on things like Tubi or Amazon or whatever. But if you really don't care about the law, then, you know, you could always go to Vimeo or bootleg on YouTube. And if you really don't care about the law, then I guess there's 1, 2, 3 movies, but you didn't hear that from me, you didn't hear that from me. I didn't say that, I didn't say anything. Bye, Wussy, bye.